If you've been in the voiceover industry for any length of time, you've heard the name George the Tech. George the Tech Whittam is a global authority on VO recording technology and tech support for voice actors. He's known for his expertise in studio design, equipment setup, and acoustic solutions for voiceover professionals. Heidi and I have met him in person a few times, and what a great guy, seriously. Totally down to earth and kind of makes talking about tech a little bit easy, especially if you're not tech-minded. Now, Whittam's company, GeorgeThe.Tech, offers tech support, training, and engineering services. And George was our guest on this month's Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com podcast. In the whole episode that you can find wherever you like to listen to podcasts, Heidi and George talk about a bunch of things, including which equipment you can splurge on and which you should save money on. Can you DIY a voiceover booth? Sound treatment. Source Connect 4. Biggest home studio challenges. And a small but powerful interface that's brand new that George helped to design, and a whole lot more. I'll link to where to listen in the notes, but until then, here's part of their conversation about your recording space.
And what is the most important thing in treating a space?
There's a couple main aspects. First of all, you have to get rid of the reverb. And that's really a problem in bigger rooms. So if you're trying to record your voiceover in your bedroom or your office or your dining room at your table or whatever your situation is, you need to get rid of all the reflections off the ceiling and the walls. You're going to get that echoey, reverberating sound. So that's the first thing you have to get rid of, because your studio mic is going to hear all that. It's going to hear your voice and it's going to hear the things around you. Even though it's a directional mic pointing at your face, it's still going to hear the space around you. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is when you're in a small space, which most voice actors, face it, usually start off in a closet or some kind of small, really small booth, you now have to deal with resonance. And that's like the fact that that room has a constrained size and sound is going to be trapped inside. And it's going to reflect back and forth, left to right, front to back, and top to bottom. So now you've got these three directions where sound is resonating, and we need to stop that too. Thankfully, there are some now proven and easy products that some have helped develop, and others are just techniques, things that are known to work to fix that without a lot of guesswork and frustration. So it's gotten easier to fix, thankfully, thanks to a lot of experimenting and years of just seeing what works and what doesn't. And the reason why we've had to do all that is there's books on my shelf over here on acoustics, and none of them talk about voiceover booths.
Wow.
Not a single one.
Yeah.
There's no acoustician book or, doctor of acoustics or architecture, professor from I have a great book that's a professor from Virginia Tech, from their my alma mater, their architecture school. I should have gone to the architect school there, and that would have been awesome. But they don't ever talk about small rooms. And by small, meaning like smaller than a bedroom. A bedroom is considered a small room. They never talk about booths. So we really do have to figure this stuff out on our own, and that's what I've been doing.
Again, if you want to listen to the whole podcast, it's linked in the notes. And if you're in the market for equipment, we've got some great suggestions in our kit.co/pro voiceover training kit. In next Monday's video, we're going to talk about tips on staying cool in your voiceover booth. Till then, Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com are here to equip, elevate, and inspire you in your voiceover journey, giving you the tools and resources you need to create the voiceover career you want. Remember, you're building a voiceover business. Think outside the box. Cheers to your success.